Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I figured that after my last video when I told you guys that I started a balloon business, there's probably going to be a lot of questions or curiosity about what goes into that. So I figured I would take this opportunity to film what it looks like for me to get ready for a client install. So I have a client install tomorrow morning. It's for her daughter's first birthday. It's a unicorn theme, so we've got a lot of pastels and then some gold accents. So I just figured I'd take you along and show you what it looks like to prep everything, how I blow up my balloons, how I put them together, and yeah, it would just be a fun thing for you guys to see. So the first thing I'm gonna start with, I have all of the balloons that I'm gonna be using in here. Doesn't look like a lot, but there's probably 150 balloons in here, maybe a little bit more. I like to start with blowing up the bigger balloons that I have. So every time I do a garland, I use 4 sizes of balloons. I typically use 5-inch balloons, 11-inch balloons, 16-inch balloons, and then 3-foot balloons or 36-inch balloons. I like to start by blowing up my 11-inch and 16-inch because those are kind of what make the backbone of the garland, and then I use 5-inch to do small detail work, and I use the 36-inch or 3-foot ones to add just like a little bit more volume in areas that I need it. So all of the gold ones I'm gonna put to the side for right now because those are smaller balloons, and I'm just gonna get started with some big ones. There's a lot in here. I have done custom pastel colors for this client. So what that means is I make custom color balloons by double stuffing them. So double stuffing just means that you put one balloon inside of another balloon and together they can make a new color. So this is like a pale blue inside of white, and that's gonna make a really nice, pretty pastel light blue. And I have that for lots of different colors. So I am going to start with, there's so many balloons in here. Just want to get out like a few of the big ones so that I've got something to work with. Okay, so, oh, I also have my trusty balloon pump. I just got this off Amazon. I think it's like 20 or 30 bucks. It's a double pump, so it can blow up 2 balloons at a time. So it makes things a little bit faster for me. And yeah, let's just get into it and I'll show you how it works.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign.
Okay, so I've blown up all of the pastel green balloons that I have, so I want to show you what I do next once I have all of these in pairs. So instead of tying each balloon individually, I always just tie them together by the necks, and that saves your fingers so you're not tying these little tiny knots over and over again, and it also makes it easier for this next part. So once I have pairs of balloons blown up, then I put them into larger clusters of balloons by just taking several of these and twisting them together. So that's 4 balloons, 6 balloons, and I usually just do 6, and will each vary. So this one's all 11-inch balloons, and then I'll do some that have 16-inch balloons. So this is one that's 11 and 16-inch. Twist. And twist. So that's 2 clusters. Now once I have 2 clusters together, I'll tie them together to make kind of like a mini garland. So that's what I use to create my base. I tie them together by using the necks of the balloons. So tied together, and now we've got one big guy. So this is 12 balloons all together. So I'm gonna do this one more time, and then we'll have our green done. Yay. So I am just going to continue blowing up all of these colors. I'm gonna keep the same colors together until we're all
Give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign.
Okay, my camera died, but I got a new battery. I finished up blowing up all of the balloons for this client install. So I've got all these down here, and then all these little guys here, and then a couple of the jumbo balloons. So I am going to bag these up, and then we are done with prep for this client. So you'll get to come with me tomorrow when I put it all together, and you can see what the final piece looks like. I'm super excited. The gold just is like, I love it. Good morning. It is Friday morning. I'm heading off to my client setup. I've got a full back seat of balloons. So I am gonna take you guys along with me as I'm installing that at their house. And yeah, it should be a pretty easy one, pretty fun, pretty fast. Hopefully, you know, fingers crossed. You always want everything to go the way that you're planning it to. Most of the time it doesn't, but I think I'm prepared. I've got all my stuff with me. So yeah, we should be good to go. So let's head on out.
I just wanna let you know I could go for this, no more tricks we could take.
Going down this way, is that good? Yeah. You think this is a good spot, or do you want me to center it completely in the middle?
For the final look of it, is it gonna be more like a...
Do you want it to be like an arch?
Arch?
So typically what I do, so for the size that we talked about, what I typically like to do is something that's kind of like, it'll go from the top down toward the bottom this way. It'll be a little bit more like organic in shape, but it's just gonna be kind of that straight line down. The arch, I don't think we'd have enough balloons to do a full arch. I could do something kind of like this.
I like the top to bottom,
okay,
like what you were talking about. Do you think in doing that we can cover the outlet?
Oh yeah, yeah,
okay,
totally.
Let me...
Okay, so I figured for this part I would just do a quick voiceover so you have an understanding of what I'm doing. So I first attach the garland to the wall using command hooks. So just normal command hooks. I'll link them below so you can see exactly what I use, but nothing special. It makes it nice because it doesn't leave any residue or anything like that on the wall when the client wants to take it down. And then after I attach that very first piece to the wall, I'm going to start connecting those mini garlands that we created earlier, again using the necks of the balloons. So I just tie one mini garland to the next mini garland using one of the necks that's loosest on the inside of that cluster. So I'm going to do another video that gives a little bit more detail on how I do that, but that just gives you a better understanding of how I'm building out this base. So that's the first thing I do is I build out the base, get a good shape that I'm happy with. And then once that shape is built out and that base is built out, then I start adding more balloons to kind of fill it out a little bit more, make it bigger, fluffier. So that's what I'm doing here. You'll see also that after I do the base, then I go in with those big 3-foot balloons. And again, these are simply to add more volume in areas that I feel like the garland needs it. And I use the same process. So I am just tying the necks of those 3-foot balloons to a neck of one of the balloons in that base.
You think about it too, when the lights go out and there's no doubt that I should be with I should be. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going.
And again, in my next video, I'll go over more detail on how I'm attaching to the wall with those command hooks. I use what are called 260Q balloons to do that. When you tie them together, they're kind of like rubber bands, so they make it really easy to attach them to the wall. And I have several command hooks underneath this garland. I think I used either 3 or 4 command hooks to mount that to the wall just so it's really nice and sturdy. And now what I'm doing is going in with those smaller 5-inch balloons. So you'll see with the finished product, I have all of those little 5-inch balloons also tied into the garland. Again, in my next tutorial, I'm going to go into more detail on how I make those little mini clusters of 5-inch balloons and how I'm attaching those as well. So lots more information to come.
Okay, I realized at the end of that video that I never did any sort of ending. So I will leave it here. Okay, got it. I'll leave it here. If you guys have any questions that are related to this, building garlands, balloons, anything like that, leave them down below in the comment section and I'll be happy to do my next video and incorporate answers to those questions. Otherwise, if you liked this, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and I look forward to seeing you more often. Have a good one. Bye.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel